Hi everybody, this is Kinetic Karma and I'm Karen. Welcome to the channel. I'm here to do a daily reading and I'm going to just be doing a reading about titled What's Going On. And I have to say that I can't say those words without thinking of the great Marvin Gaye, so I have to pay tribute to him regarding this reading as well. What's going on? I mean, he was definitely prophetic in terms of his foresight into our future and where we would be, and it's just amazing. So God bless him and God bless us. I started out pulling a rune, and I'm learning the rune, so I pulled it in advance, and the rune is Feha. It's spelled F-A-H-U, and it represents wealth. And it's major wealth. It's not just any kind of wealth. It's major wealth. The wealth of the masses, the wealth of the collective. Though it may be channeled through specific people to be overseen or to be distributed or to be cared for while they're on the planet here, it in fact is not theirs, it is everybody's. And in order to create sustainability in terms of generational wealth, it must be shared with the masses. It must be shared with everyone. And when we talk about wealth, and I'm getting tingles, it's not just wealth in terms of money, in terms of resources that you have, like, financial resources. It's in terms of the wealth you have in terms of self-love and the love for others and others' love for you, the respect for others and the respect that others have for you, protection of a divine nature in terms of who you walk with and bring in with you when you go into a space, okay, as you be, who you be with, your ancestors, and the purpose that you're promoting. Wealth is all of that and more. So we're not just talking about basic mundane wealth. We're talking about divine wealth, Ma'at level wealth. Ma'at is an Egyptian goddess, and one of her significators, or one of the things she governs over, is major wealth. And with that comes truth. She also governs truth and the weighing of the heart. How authentic are you being in terms of what you're sharing and who you're sharing with? Are you being skimpy? Are you being discriminatory? Are you being judgmental in terms of why you would, share something with some and not with others? It's not necessarily viewed as a positive thing to be judgmental. They say leave that for God, and you can take it however you want to take it. But even when I want to be judgmental, even when I know I'm being judgmental and I have to pull myself back from that position, it is a really a skinny rope that I walk on when I do that, when I judge another, no matter what the situation, no matter if it's clearly that someone has done me wrong, that someone has created an injustice, an imbalance in my life, and it was done on purpose. No matter, it's not for me to judge, but for me to love, for me to forgive, for me to move beyond whatever that egregious event or thing that they did represented. It's not for me to judge. My business is to grow, is to love, is to forgive, is to heal, is to ascend. And if I focus on the wrong that was done, if I focus on the things that people owe me, or the things that lies that people told against me, or how they talked about me behind my back, or how they, stabbed me in the back, which, I've been done all of that and a bag of chips. If I focus on that, then I block my blessings. I block my major wealth. In order for me to create major wealth or any kind of wealth, I have to focus on that and not the thing that I felt that was done wrong to me. So somehow in your life, you have to find a way to let go of whatever the wrongs that were done and bury them. Put them to bed, dead them, because they're getting in the way of your divine birthright, they're saying. They're getting in the way. So, fair deal, it really translates into cattle. And cattle were looked at in ancient times as wealth. How many cattle you had represented how much wealth you had. So we are talking about wealth. We are talking about the distribution of wealth. And at this point in time on the planet, distribution of wealth is going through major changes, and systems are being broken down because it has been such a great imbalance. It got to the point of the yin yang where that little injustice turned, and it got so big, it got bigger than half of the yin yang symbol, and it's now going into a balance on the other side of it's bringing more of what was wanted and needed into the picture. And that may look like our entire economic system breaking down. That may look like our world going into chaos, but it's going there so that we can recreate and begin anew. We just we're in the Lionsgate portal. It doesn't end, I'm told, until August the 12th. And that is a portal of letting go of the old and welcoming the new in. But you can't welcome the new in unless you intend it, unless you're focused on it, unless you're preparing for it. So please keep that in mind when you deal with others and you feel like you have the right to judge. You feel like you have the right to be over somebody, because you don't. We all are equal here on this planet, and whatever makes you feel superior is an illusion. Trust me. And that's one of the reasons we're going through what we're going through, is because there's so many people on the planet who didn't believe that, who believed that they truly were somebody's God, that they could play God in other people's lives, that they could, interfere in other people's lives to the point that it caused them major losses. Well, these people, these narcissistic people, these evil people, these people who insist on having it their way and creating illusion after illusion and lie after lie, well, they're having a really hard time right now. They're having a super hard time because karma has come home, and it's just what it is. So pray for them. Pray for them, because they know not what they do. Because if they did, they would surely not do what they did to you, to me, to the world. They would not have done it. But they didn't know, so now they have to, bear the consequences for their actions. And if you happen to be one of those people who refuses to let go of the old, who continues to ignore what is truth, who continues to ignore the inequities in our life on this planet, then you will be taught a lesson, guaranteed by divinity, by destiny, in this place and time now. You will. And I pray for you. I pray for us all. But especially for the people who are going to have a really hard time. And a lot of them are going to be taken off of the planet, pure and simple, to start over again, because the energy will not exist in the same space of what is being created on this new earth. This new earth will not hold that kind of bullshit, that kind of, cruelty, that kind of ignorance. It's not going to hold it. So either you get with the program And that is get with your divine, authentic, true self and tell the truth and admit the truth and do the work that you need to do in order to heal yourself, or you pay the consequences and whatever that looks like. And I'm sure you know, because they're hitting you now. They're hitting us all, even the ones of us who do the work. Their consequences are hitting. Just, you tell a little lie, you do a little thing wrong, and bam, it comes right back to you. There's no distance between action and reaction when it comes to karmic consequences at this point. It's like at 0 point. So be very careful of what you think and how you behave and how you treat people and how you treat yourself and the planet and everything on it, because it's very important. We're in a crucial time right now. I want to start, excuse me. There's a lot of clearing going on right now, they're saying. A lot of clearing out of negativity, toxicity, and it's happening in many forms. And what they want you to notice is, how is it occurring in your life? What's happening to you? On the last video I made, I talked about me having dental surgery and how my gums were infected and I had to have the surgery to clean out the toxicity, and how that happened on multiple levels that I noticed in my life. It happened on subtle levels as well as physical levels. And what I mean by that, it happened on mental, physical, and spiritual levels. And I could notice the clearing out of toxicity on all of those levels in my life. So how is that occurring for you in your life at this point in time? It is occurring. Toxicity is being cleared out if you allow it to be. And if you don't, then you're going to drown in your ignorance. You're going to drown in your stubbornness, in your egotism, in your inability to acquiesce what is needed and wanted in this space and time for your greater divinity, for your greater ascension. You're going to experience issues. So, there's opportunities every day for us to let go of toxicity, and all of us have it. It's not unique to any one of us. It's just that some of us have more than others. It's a scale, from 0 to 10. If, people who are doing the work may have a 2 or a 3. People who are not may have an 8, So that's how it goes. So it's not unique to anyone, this toxicity. We live in a world of duality, and it is for a reason. It is for our growth. If we did not have toxicity, we would not have growth, because it is the catalyst to growth. The toxicity in our life is the catalyst and the thing that initiates us to want to change, to want to have a better life. So pay attention to it, heal it, take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your loved ones. Try to be less judgmental and live in kindness and peace, because that's what's needed and wanted right now on the planet. Okay, so I'm going to pull from my little angel cards, the mini cards here. This is the book, what it looks like. Spirit, from the top to the bottom, to the left, to the right. So we have, well, actually, I'm going to pull them just as they came out. We have, in the north, in the top position, inspiration, but it's upside down, which tells me that right now people are seeing things in a very bleak way. You're not paying attention to creating your own reality. You're letting others create your own reality. You're letting fear get in the way. You're letting toxicity get in the way of what is really your birthright. So don't stop. You have to turn it around. You have to go inside and bring out the inspiration from within. Bring out the truth and the authenticity from within. And if you find it hard to do that, then approach it from a healing aspect. What is it that you need to do? Who is it that you need to work with in order to heal yourself? Maybe, it's someone like me who could coach you in a process to let go of this toxicity and heal it. Maybe it's a professional, whoever, whatever you need to do, please do it. There are many, many healing modalities that are available to us at this time, especially coming up is a lot with the mineral world, the crystals. There are many different kinds of crystals which generate many different kinds of healing energies. You just have to find out what it is you need. It's a wise idea to have teachers and to align yourself with teachers, people who have studied these things and who know these things and who can support you in getting on the path to enlightenment and healing in your life. So, and the more you do that, the more you turn around this upside down inspiration and you're able to see and create your own vision. But first, you have to move the toxicity out of your view. And if you don't know how to do that, you don't know what you don't know. Surrender and get some help. Okay, that's the north. In the west, we have intention, and it is upright. And so once you clear the toxicity, you create a vision, and then you become intentional. You create an intention out of your vision about who it is you are and how you're going to be. And you need to be very intentional in every aspect of your life about your authenticity, about your vision, your purpose here on the planet. Then at the southern part of the grid, is that the south? Let me see. I'm sorry. I'm doing it based on the direction that I am. And no, this is the north. At the northern part, so the first part, the inspiration upside down, was the south, which makes sense because the inspiration card had the sun. And the sun and the south go together. At the north, we have authenticity. So after you become intentional, you have to remain authentic. You have to be authentic. Anyone who is unwilling to be authentic, who tells lies, who puts on a mask and pretends, is not going to make it in this energy. And whatever that means to you, not going to make it, because you're not. Okay? Because what is wanted and needed and required in this space is authenticity. And if you think that you're going to get away with getting away with some bullshit, you're wrong. Count the blessings that you've had in the past, but they're not going to be as generous in the future, and you're going to start getting slammed. And it's to let you know that, hey, you need to change your ways. Or if you're dealing with people like this, you need to disconnect from them. And I'm sorry, I'm saying need to. You don't need to do anything. It's just a word that I have not eradicated from my conversation yet. So forgive me for that. But what I'm saying is that it would behoove people who are on a vision quest, on a authentic quest in their life to find out who and what their purpose is and share it authentically, to disconnect from anyone and anything that is holding them back. And surely people in your life who tell lies, who are inauthentic, who put on masks, will hold you back. They'll do whatever they can to keep you where you are because they're afraid. They don't want to move and they don't want you to move. So they're going to hold you and suck your light, suck your energy. And if you allow them to do that, then you may as well just be who they are. Because you're gonna dissipate your life force. You're gonna allow your greatness and your beauty to be siphoned for purposes that are not in alignment with who you are, not in alignment with God or whatever you want to call the creator. So consider, I don't care if they're children, if they're husbands, wives, grandmamas, mamas, y'all baby's mama, I do not care. If these people are of a vampiric nature, if they are of a narcissistic nature, and they have no intentions and present no intentions of changing based on what you have known them to be and to do in the past over and over and over again. I'm not talking about a one-time mistake. I'm talking about lies over and over and over again. I'm talking about betrayal over and over and over again over a long period of time. You know who you are and you know who they are. So if that is in your life, it behooves you to cut it out. Now, you can love a person from afar, but if it's impacting your greatness and your ability to shine, your ability to grow, your ability to thrive, and to step into your sovereignty and your birthright, then take a look. That's all I'm saying. Now, in the next card, which is the East, we have harmony, and it's upside down. Harmony in the East, upside down, I would say is regarding the toxicity that is still not let go of in your life, that you still haven't cycled through, that you still haven't understood why it's there, because nothing in your life can exist and will exist at a vibration that you're not at. So if you're vibrating still at a level where people can attach and suck on you like a leech, then that's what's going to happen. And then if that's occurring, then you need to understand that there's still more work for you to do urgently. And maybe you don't know how to do it, and maybe you ought to ask for some help or pay for some help or do whatever you need to do to get this out of your way. Ask God, pray, be more intentional. I don't know. You know your life. But if you truly want to change your life, if you truly want to step into your divinity and your great wealth, your wealth like Ma'at wealth, you're going to need to notice where you're vibrating at and begin to do things to raise your vibration. And it's not like you do something to raise your vibration and that's it. It's an ongoing process. It's a level of development that is very subtle and very much entwined, they're saying, like a spider web. It's levels and it's intertwined like when you're weaving a cloth, your life, and how you build in terms of levels of consciousness and ascension. It's not like you do one thing and then it's done. No, that's not how it happens. So it's an ongoing life journey. You're a work in process, and you always will be. So those are the 4 cards that we have, and I hope I don't run out of time. I'm going to do a card or 2 from the Crystal Grid Oracle. Spirit, please give us a card regarding this wealth in the center, and these other cards in terms of what's happening, what's going on for us, and what we can do to raise our vibration, to realize, to become more conscious, more sensitive, more loving, more caring. Oh, and we got one. And that is deep healing. Okay, so deep healing, or azurite and malachite, are the crystals that you could use that would support you in opening your consciousness and understanding more about how you go about this journey. Deep healing is occurring now deep healing is occurring now or may need to happen. Many changes may be occurring in your life, at this time. Azurite and malachite are known to bring very deep emotions to the surface. It is necessary to release these emotions for healing to occur. Holding on to emotions can take more energy than just letting it go. It's like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It takes a lot of energy to keep it down, as it will keep trying to raise. And that's your anger, that's your falseness, that's your lies. You know, your truth wants to come up, but you keep holding it down with that, if that is the case for you. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but for those who it is, you can recognize it like that. When you feel this high blood pressure, it's a form of you holding something that you should not be holding down. When you have these addictions to alcohol, to drugs, or whatever, it's a sign that you're pushing something of your emotions down that need attention, that need healing. Okay, once you let it go, the struggle ceases to exist. Just as you are going through these changes, so also is the earth. In this way, that azurite and malachite can look like a selenite view of the earth. A satellite view of the earth, excuse me. This card represents as above, so below, as within, so without. Allow yourself to release whatever has been burdened, and know that as you heal, so too does this healing occur around you. It is always good to use clearing exercises as well when you are experiencing deep release. Let it go from your body and your aura and the space in which you live. Smudge your aura. Use incense in your home and open up all the windows to let it all go. Spring, cling, or sweep away any and all that has been stagnant. Once we let go of stagnant and unwanted energy, we make space for renewed energy. Let energy flow from you and into you. Open up to the exchange and allow yourself to become one with the flower that is continually happening around you, with the flow that is continually happening around you. This will filter through every level of your being, and you will begin to understand how your external universe reflects your internal universe. I think that is so, yes, what we're talking about here. And this azurite or malachite, I think is the azurite is the one in the middle, is the same color as the color of Ma'at, the great wealth, goddess of Egypt, of, some say Egypt. So that is that. I want to do one card to see what chakra we're dealing with. And Ma'at represents the higher chakras, but we may be dealing with blocked energy in the survival and the lower chakras. Usually that's how it goes. That keeps us from, clearing and understanding on a higher level. So we have the third eye chakra. And the third eye chakra is the same color as this. It's turquoise color, that beautiful blue color. So Om or Ong meditation. Focus on the vibration of the third eye, the sound of Om, the sacred sound of the universe chant. This sound silently or audibly 3 times. Do it 3 times. Sit with the legs bent, feet crossed, comfortably at the ankles, spine extended, shoulders down and away from the ears. Don't do any of this if you don't feel that you can, or if it's a problem. Visualize it in your mind if you can't do it physically. And it is recommended that you consult a medical practitioner before you do any exercises, just as a disclaimer. Sit with your legs bent, feet crossed, comfortably at the ankles, spines extended, shoulders down and away from the ears. With eyes closed, focus on the middle of the brow. Bring your hands into prayer position, Namaste, between the eyes. Thumbs crossed like this. Thumbs crossed. I'm holding it down because I can't see for the light. Thumbs crossed and resting at a third eye center. Eyebrows may be close together or held out. Elbows may be close together or held out to the sides. Chant the sound of Ong, O-N-G, which represents activity, or the sound of Om, which represents stillness. Whichever sound you choose depends on what you need. Follow your intuition. Focus on the sound and vibration and visualize indigo light connecting to your higher self. Repeat for 1 to 3 minutes or longer. The benefits: it activates the pineal, pituitary, and thyroid glands, clears and balances the upper chakras, promotes grounding and a sense of profound physical and cosmic connection, calms and clears the mind, slows respiration and heart rate. The sound of Om is composed of 4 parts: ah, oh, and then silence. And that is the card that we have, which is all in alignment with this total reading. And as an ending, I'm going to close out with the Message from Your Angels by Doreen Virtue. Angel cards. Please give us a closing message, Spirit. And it flew out. And it is, I am an angel of families. A happy change or addition is coming to your family. So there we are. I'd like to thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed and got something out of this reading. Please like and subscribe. It does a world of good for the channel, and it does a world of good for your abundance, because when you receive, as you listen to what it is I have to say, my energy, and you give back by liking and subscribing or whatever you choose, or monetary donation or whatever, you know, it creates a cycle of abundance flow for you. And I appreciate it as well very much. Thank you. I honor you, and God bless you all. Namaste.